right, here we go. We get to take a look at a once Tier 1 historic deck that now has been given second life here in Timeless. This is Hammer Time, and particularly it's a build that I got watching Talkabyte, another arena historic and Timeless content creator, or I guess just Eternal format gamer in general. But this is a pretty cool one, and I'm excited to play it for you guys today. Obviously, we have a lot of things that if you played the original historic deck are going to look very familiar to you, but there's a lot of new things that make this archetype not just a combo deck. So first of all, let's look at what's the same. Obviously, Kemba's Outfitter here, one of the arena-only cards, very, very good in this kind of deck, gives our Colossus Hammer some permanent abilities, and is a decent body in of itself to hold the hammer. Often you can find turn 2 Kemba's Outfitter bangs for 12, so pretty much you can set up for turn 3 wins if your opponent's not ready. Pretty good card. Sigarda's Aid obviously in here allows you to quickly attach the hammer for free, or any other equipment that you might have in the deck. As you'll see, we do play a lot of other ones. Some common things again are Colossus Hammer, of course, and Ornithopter, which was one of the original things that you could try to get on the battlefield turn 1 so that you could attack in on turn 2. So those are kind of the standard things, and now what really makes this deck a lot better is the fact that we now have Stoneforge Mystic, a recent card added to the Arena card pool. If you haven't seen this card before, it is popular in a lot of other archetypes, not necessarily just Hammer Time, but you can also see it in Death and Taxes and other long-standing archetypes like that. But on ETB, you basically get to search for an equipment card, which we have a lot of, and you get to reveal it and put it in your hand and shuffle. And this one's not so relevant, but for 2 mana, you get to put one onto the battlefield. It is technically better than casting. If your opponent is on blue-white control, they'll have to counter the Stoneforge Mystic. Otherwise, you get to just put something onto the battlefield for free, and it won't be interactable with using counter magic. So that's something to note there. And another thing that happens now that we are kind of in Timeless is we get to look at Oko, Thief of Crowns, who adds a really, really interesting secondary game plan to the deck. So this has always just been a combo deck. You try to kill your opponent. If you get them, you get them. If you don't, you don't. And often you die. But now that we have so many artifacts in the deck, Oko is actually kind of a decent thing to play as well, because if your Colossus Hammer for some reason can't be put onto a creature, well, Oko can just make it into a 3/3 and now it can attack. Things like this. You also can survive a little bit longer with the food token and just eating those. And eventually, if you need to donate your Colossus Hammer with its 8 mana activation to an opponent in exchange for one of their creatures that helps you get over the hump and win the game, then that's also a thing you can do. And so Oko is kind of just something that allows us to play a longer game here. Now, the other thing that we have in here is now that we're playing Stoneforge Mystic and can actually search for these artifacts, we get to do things a lot differently. Now it's not about just finding the Colossus Hammer, it's about finding a lot of different things. We can play Shadow Spear, which is a very good way to play a long game. You find it with Stoneforge Mystic, you get it onto a creature, preferably if it has Colossus Hammer on it, and then now you're lifelinking for 10, not just hitting for 10. This kind of does fall in with the Oko, we want to play a long game strategy of this deck. And then the other things is we can find Assimilation Aegis, which is probably the best new addition to any sort of artifact or equipment deck in Outlaws of Thunder Junction. This just pretty much allows us to remove a creature for free and even copy it if it's like a Shieldred or something good like that. So always a good one to target. And then Cryptic Coat is a really good one. This thing gives us a lot of value over time, allowing us to cloak the top card and bring our Cryptic Coat back to our hand so we can continue to do its stuff. Other than that, we are running Giver of Runes, which in later versions of Hammer Time did become a meta strategy to do. Being able to give your Ornithopter holding the big hammer a safe passage into your opponent's face is really valuable and will win you a lot of games. 2 other things that we have are the Reality Chip and Belt of Giant Strength. Belt is basically just another Colossus Hammer, but if you're able to get a large creature on the battlefield, Belt becomes a equip for free kind of deal. So if you're in a long game and your original creature holding the belt dies, you can somehow get a Colossus Hammer onto a creature and then basically make it into a 20/20 and hopefully, win from there. And then Reality Chip is just kind of card advantage. If you can get it onto a creature, you're going to be able to play lands and spells from the top of the library, which, obviously is going to help you in certain weird situations. So kind of the upgrades in this deck are really just so that we're going to be able to respond to a lot more situations effectively. And that'll be good. And one last interaction that was really, really cool that I enjoyed seeing from the Talkabyte video, would recommend you guys go check that out as well, by the way, is the fact that now, because we were using Ornithopter so much, obviously it's like a decent attacker once it gets a hammer on it, but we can also run a slightly less potent version of Colossus Hammer in running 4 copies of Retrofitter Foundry. So basically what we're trying to do in this deck is set up a attack on turn 2 or turn 3 that hurts them for a lot. And we can kind of just slot in the Retrofitter Foundry Ornithopter combo in order to get a 4/4 attacking on turn 2. Or, the turn after we play it if we want to. So that is also pretty solid. And then obviously Retrofitter Foundry can play a long game, so this kind of factors into the Oko kind of deal, the Shadow Spear, and the Belt Cryptic Coat kind of game plan. So I think we have a lot of things layering on over here. And I completely forgot to talk about it, but Deathrite Shaman is also in here. Same sort of deal. You provide it with black and blue mana, and you're able to make things work. One thing that I realized I did forget to do is to provide some shock lands that produce black. So I'll go ahead and make sure that I go ahead and do that before we play the deck. But the final version of it will be in the video description, so if you want to play this deck, go check it out. But for the most part, we are base Bant. A lot of white is the priority here, and then blue-green as pretty much equivalent splashes, that is. And so hopefully we'll have some great games today. I'm really excited to play this one. It's a whole lot of fun. And looking definitely very forward to this. So make sure to like and comment if you enjoyed. Helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe if you're new for videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I will see you in round 1. All right, here we go. First round. Wow. Well, look at what we got here. This is going to be one of those turn 2 attacks. Unfortunately, we are on the draw, so that's not really where we want to be, but should be solid. This is setting up for a great first turn. Now, we do need to deal with the fact that we have a Hedge Maze here. That is not super great. But we do have an Ornithopter, so that will work. We have to go Windswept Heath here, getting a white-producing mana source. I think I'll get white-green. Pay 2 life here. We're going to go Ornithopter, play a Kemba's Outfitter. And now we get to equip 1 here on our Colossus Hammer. Now finding a little bit of mana here means that we get to attack in with one of these 2 creatures, even if they do have a removal spell. We can even do it at instant speed with Sigarda's Aid, so that's good. Stoneforge Mystic looking pretty scary here, so I'm excited for that to go down. I'm going to wait for our opponent to pass here. Hopefully we draw land. That'd be the best for us. They might be looking for a counter spell here. Spell Pierce would go hard. Second Sigarda's Aid here is not totally the move. We're going to go Surveil here. I would like another land here. I don't think Reality Chip is the move right now. We'll just attempt a Sigarda's Aid here. If they have counter magic, then it doesn't get in. They appear to not have anything, so we get in for 2. We wait for not speaking well here, but we're waiting for them to play something, and then we'll see what we do. Third land comes down. Let's see what the play is. Could not be Necropotence, given what they've played so far. Meticulous Archive here. Let's go. And then a Retrofitter Foundry is great. That'll reuse our Ornithopter, and we'll get to start playing this long game. All right. We attack in with both. See how they block, if at all. Okay, my priority got completely eaten there. We'll just pass. Next turn, I can Sigarda's Aid or Colossus Hammer. Alright. Flooded Strand, you got it. What will be the 4-mana play? Let's see. And they're looking to pass back. I think here is where I just drop the Colossus Hammer, or attempt to at least. See if this 1-mana spell is worth a counter to them. It will be worth a counterspell, alright. That's totally fine. Would have loved to get that out earlier. Unfortunately, things did not work out the way that we wanted. What we can do, though, is Stoneforge Mystic here. Get another one and just put it right onto the battlefield. Let's do that. Colossus Hammer number 2. Do you have a second Spell Pierce? Looks like not. Alright, we're going to put that on the Ornithopter. Get in for 14. And opponent is dead. That's pretty much all we needed. Very quick round 1 there, and I think that's going to be indicative of a lot of the games in this series. So we'll hop into round 2 here. Spare no expense in terms of saving y'all time, and I'll see you in round 2. Okay, here we go. Round 2. Retrofit Foundry start, Stoneforge Mystic start, Sigarda's Aid as well. So we can turn 1 Giver of Runes, turn 2 Stoneforge Mystic, turn 3 get Sigarda's Aid. Okay. I'm sold. Alright, we'll figure out what color we need later. Giver of Runes is a good start. Giver of Runes can protect our Stoneforge Mystic as well, which is nice. Or maybe it'll die to Fatal Push, sure. So Fatal Push is going to be problematic for us. That's going to be a very good way for the opponent to deal with the crap that we're doing. We need blue and green. Let's see. I think getting just blue right now wouldn't be the worst thing. What do we think about our life total? Our life total is probably decently safe, so we'll get our green now and then save the blue decision for next turn. Stoneforge Mystic. Let's get that equipment card. And we are set up. So they'll probably need to remove the Stoneforge Mystic, or they'll be taking a hefty hit next turn. I hope to see them use mana here. Looks like they will not. Or it looks like they will use it, but on killing my stuff. Colossus Hammer goes down here. That's okay. Retrofit Foundry and Sigarda's Aid will be our next plays. We have to discard a card here. Now I think that Assimilation Aegis is a better one to hold on to. So I think we get rid of Flooded Strand, as odd as that seems. I think that's how we do this. We miss out on our Lava Spur Boots, which I actually didn't cover in the deck tech, but is here. Being able to give our things Ward 1 is pretty nice. Alright, and I think we just go Sigarda's Aid Retrofitter Foundry here, and then we can start cranking out tokens with Retrofitter. Get in for 1, and that slow boat to killing them is on the line. Waste not, alright. Well, we'll probably want to clear out our hand here. They should take the Assimilation Aegis, because I'm not necessarily able to cast it. In my current state, yeah, I just want to empty my hand as much as possible so that Waste Not doesn't do anything. Here's a Giver of Runes, here's a Retrofitter Foundry, now our hand's empty, and things look great. Discard no longer really hurts me, and they'll have to do something else. Okay, and apparently discard is all that they wanted to do, because we have won the long game by just playing out our hand. What a silly way to go. I'm not sure if opponent just didn't have any moves there or what, but we'll take a win when we can get it. That was round 2. Here comes round 3. All right, here we go. Oh, this is the one lander to end all one landers here. If I get black white, this is like actually a playable hand. I think I'd want to shock it. Depends on what they do. We're going to try keeping this one. We are on the draw, too. Humans. Okay. Well, let's start with this. We're going to get white. Is it white-black or white-green? I think white-green is the more responsible take here. And then do we want Deathrite, Giver of Runes, or something else? I think we go Giver of Runes first. We'll want to protect this Stoneforge Mystic at some point. Polly's Lieutenant, sure. Definitely not blocking here. So this is just humans. We can probably just put together some sort of blocking situation with Giver of Runes. This is actually going to be really nice for us. Esper Sentinel, fine. Well, we're only going to take half the amount of damage here. This is fine. We're not casting anything for free. They can attack. We give protection to this guy for white. Alright, then we just block one of the big guys. We only take 3. We find a land. Not really the land that we wanted, but it's the land that we got. We'll get rid of an Oko. I think we just go Sigarda's Aid, get ready to put out a big blocker. They're going to be able to draw here. And we pass turn, no attacks. We'll end turn, do the same block here, and then it will be tight. We're going to lose hammer, though. Okay. If we get an untapped land, we'll be able to hammer anyway. I think we just lose Colossus Hammer. That one makes sense. Let's just do the protection thing again. Give it protection from white. They attack. We take 6. They should have attacked with that thing. I mean, yeah, this is going to be kind of unfortunate timing for us. Go to 6 now. Is there a way I can give double strike? Not really. Moving my turn here. That is the land, so we could go to 4 here and have a 10-10 on the battlefield. Yep, I think that's what we're going to do. Go to 4. Block most of this, and I think we go to 1. And then we have to Oko block somehow. Yeah, this is not great. But we pass, regardless. No attacks here, end this turn. We're going to need to block with everything this turn. Okay. So how does this need to work? I'm going to Colossus Hammer on the Giver of Runes. They get to draw, it's fine. Actually, I think we want the Stoneforge Mystic to be big, right? Yeah, I think we want the Stoneforge Mystic to be big. Or do we want Giver of Runes to stay around? Because that essentially gives another blocker. Yeah, that gives us another blocker all the time. Okay. So we can now start to deal with their board slightly. They can turn off Colossus Hammer again, I guess. It's already on the battlefield, though. They don't want to have my Oko come down, sure. Now let's see if they're okay with playing the long game. Meddling Mage again. Tough. Fortunately, we do not have a board clear here. Retrofitter Foundry comes down. Will they decide to attack here? They're just going to go in slow. Alright. That's fine. It's maybe not fine, but you know, it is what it is. This is actually a good one. Ornithopter Deathrite Shaman. Okay, fine. Lavinia, you get it. Alright, Deathrite Shaman, as I was saying. And then, fortunately, Retrofitter Foundry is not an equipment, so none of this works. I can gain a little bit of life here. We're not attacking, but they basically have a wide enough board that I'm dead here. So we gave it a good attempt there. Unfortunately, going to go down in round 3 here to humans. Not necessarily humans. I guess you could kind of consider this Death and Taxes, but not really. Esper Sentinel, Lavinia, and Meddling Mage kind of fitting in the archetype. This Hopeful Initiate I don't think is a many of, but we'll go ahead and not block this one. Opponent's got us here, and we will be going to round 4 shortly here. Overall, not too bad. We were able to play a decently long game and got very close to having a situation where we didn't die. So, not unhappy with it, but we'll hop in round 4 and look for another kill. Alright, here we go. Round 4. Colossus Hammer and Kemba's Outfitter is good enough for me. We're going to keep this one. Again, opponent is going first. We were getting really unlucky with these draws. But it's fine. Opponent keeps 7, so will we. Let's see what's in the cards for today. Simulation Aegis, sure. Alright, let's hope they don't have Thoughtseize. One in hand. We want the Colossus Hammer. Well, Chief's Thirst, so we lose our creature, so that's unfortunate. Let's go ahead then and just start working with Stoneforge Mystic then. We can get another equipment card here. Shadow Sphere could be nice. We could settle in for a long game. We could also get Cryptic Coat moving. That's not bad. Belt of Giant Strength is kind of just overkill here. I think we go for Shadow Sphere. Next turn we get Colossus Hammer and Shadow Sphere out. Probably Colossus Hammer and Retrofitter Foundry, actually. I think we need to play for a situation where opponent... oh, hello. We need to play for a situation where opponent holds a mana to remove our Stoneforge Mystic, but seeing as they didn't do that, we definitely are doing Colossus Hammer here. Let's put that sucker on Stoneforge Mystic and see if they want to tangle with that. And then I almost want to do this. I almost want to play just Shadow Sphere so that we can get Trample. And looks like that's enough to take out our 4th opponent here. Sweet. You know, not going to complain about that. This was a super quick one, even more quick than the other ones at only 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So we'll go ahead and hop back in for another round and re-record round 4 here. Overall, this has been a pretty quick... set of games so far. I may end up playing one more just because, to make sure that this is a long enough video for you guys. But yeah, overall pretty happy with how things are going so far. Let's see how this first one goes. Or sorry, the second recording of round 4 goes. We have Ornithopter, Colossus Hammer, Deathward Shaman, and Shadow Sphere. I do actually get to go first this time, which is nice. We can just set up Deathward Shaman or Shadow Sphere, kind of down. Yeah, actually turn 1 Ornithopter with Shadow Sphere is not bad. So we're going to get white, green. White and green. Pay 2 life. 1, 2. Alright. See if opponent is ready for Shadow Spear. If we get lucky and draw a Spara's Aid or whatever, we could get Colossus Hammer out, but unfortunately that won't be the case. Let's equip 2 here. Get one of our lives back. Then this Colossus Hammer getting on at any point is just absolutely nuts for us. Also, Okoing our own Ornithopter is not bad either. I think I'm kind of interested in trying that. We need to find blue. We'll just get a basic blue here. Keep ourselves a little bit healthy. This is an Oko attempt here, which probably gets countered. We'll have another chance at that next turn. Alright, we'll go back to 16. They'll go to 16 as well. We are even, except we have a board. Okay, let's see if Oko can resolve again. Do they have a second counterspell? We're just going to keep trying. Maybe that they're holding their last counterspell? Path to Exile, sure. We will search for this. We have a basic green. Alright, colors are solid. Let's go ahead and create a food token. There you go. So we can still get in for 4 lifelink. And we'll probably just use that to kill Ashiok. I don't really care about getting milled. totally fine. Not sure it's actually in their best interest to activate Ashiok here, because we just go +1 on this guy. Shadow Sphere activation. Move to combat, attack, kill Ashiok, gain 4 life back. Then we go Giver of Runes Deathrite Shaman, and we're looking good. Now we can survive an Edict. We are technically kind of in a bad situation if they wrath the board. Let's just hope that they don't do it. Darn. Alright, fine. Well, we'll get to go for Stoneforge Mystic then. And now that we know that we are into a longer game here, I think that Cryptic Coat's a good call. And then we'll just go 1 here. And do we want to activate that? This costs 1 to activate. I could go and just make a food, I think. And then Lava Spur Boots, I think we'll just attach to the Stoneforge Mystic and get in there. Alright, cool. Oh my gosh, alright, fine. Here's Cryptic Coat. We'll float to the top of our library. Face down card. It is a Sigarda's Aid, which we would have probably preferred to have on top. Windswept Heath here. We'll pass. Okay, so probably just producing 1 creature at a time here is the move. They'll need to return this to my hand probably. They actually decide not to do it. This guy can't be blocked. So I think I'm going to attempt to Cryptic Coat here. Alright. To activate this, we want to find blue, get the Cryptic Coat back to hand. Alright, moving my turn. Another Surveil land here, not great. Deathrite Shaman, is that the move? I think I just need to go Colossus Hammer here. We attack in. Try to take this dude out. And I don't want to pass the turn. Oh my gosh. That was a bad mechanical mistake there. We'll hold. Alright, Ward 2. Sick. Wait a minute. That's interesting. Can I cast this Cryptic Coat? What? That cannot be right. Is this a real interaction? Someone that knows rules will have to tell me. I also wonder what happens if I Colossus Hammer. That shouldn't do anything, right? Like it's not like the Sigarda's Aid is activated, right? Yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense. That is so weird. Okay, wow, how interesting. Well, opponent can minus on the face down card. They can send the Colossus Hammer back. You can send Cryptic Command back, or Cryptic Coat. I think neither of those are really good options for them. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, looks like we're getting our turn back here. The Field of Ruin is around, so we want to avoid getting our last basic. Alright, and then this can't be activated not as a sorcery. I think we go here. Try to go for this Teferi kill. Giver of Runes, I don't think I want. And we'll move into combat. Kill Teferi. See what they have for me here. That is the Retrofitter Foundry. Oh, I'm down to take a Retrofitter Foundry. Hell yeah. They gotta pay the ward for this. And then I think I will take this back. Alright. And, oh, it's my turn. That makes sense. I was wondering why I was able to play all these cards. Like, we go Retrofitter Foundry and then the Reality Chip. Just start going for some card advantage. Alright. We've got a lot of life. They have a Planeswalker. We have to avoid Teferi ultimating. That would be the worst thing for us. It's kind of on us to attack as well right now. Ooh, Cleansing Nova hurts. Alright, looks like this is kind of just like board wipe tribal here. They must be on their kill 15 of your opponent's creatures quests for this week, or for this day. Stoneforge Mystic, not bad. I think that's a move. We can get another artifact here. What are we going to take? We'll take action. I think Assimilation Aegis would be nice if it could kill a Planeswalker. Unfortunately, that is not going to be the case. I am thinking that it's unlikely they have anything that Assimilation Aegis wants to target. So it might just be Belt of Giant Strength. Drop this. And we got some card advantage again. Face down card is Meticulous Archive. Cool. That didn't want to land anyway. We pass. Behold the Multiverse? Sure. Oh, they find something they want on top. That means it's probably a board wipe. So I am going to expect to not have a board after this. They still have not shown a way that that they can kill us. 29 cards to their 77. Oh, okay, that kind of does it. Ugin will also be a win con for them. That's kind of annoying. For 2 mana, we get this out, and then this will be discounted to only cost 7. We only have 4 mana, though. Sucks to lose Cryptic Coat like that. Wish I had the mana to remove it from the battlefield. Okay, so we definitely want to kill Ugin here. I think I just gotta attack in. I don't want to bother with the Stoneforge. We gotta go like this. They know I have the belt in hand. They're gonna keep around the Ugin. That was kind of what I was worried about. Flooded Strand here is gonna give us a Surveil. Don't want another Surveil. I'm thinking that we might be a little bit lost here. We can go like this, explore, see if we can get a land into hand. We do. Let's see if we want to draw this card. If we find something here, it's just another land here. We'll go Belt of Giant Strength here, or actually we'll go Gigantha right now. We can't do anything with Belt. Getting Gigantha out could be nice. Another Ugin thing. Alright, they're doing the Teferi deal. And at some point, I just need to think about trying to get in for damage. Unfortunately, our Shadow Sphere is in the graveyard now, so we don't have Trample. Alright, Sigarda's Aid is here. Let's definitely cast the Sigarda's Aid. Do I have enough mana to play a Gigantha first and bait out the counterspell? Yes, I do. This has to get an untapped land, though. We go Gigantha. Holding up enough mana for all this stuff. They have a counterspell. I think they use it here. Okay. Now we go Sigarda's Aid, see if they counter this. They might just be very responsible in terms of what they're saving counters for. They know that they have this belt. Alright, cool. We'll see if they want to block here. I'm probably just going for face at this point. We can set up a 1-turn clock if they don't have a board wipe. Alright, we go belt. And let's see if they held a counter spell for this. Nope, we actually do get it. We'll put that onto this guy. Alright, now we got a big creature. Take action. And then if they remove my face down card, I can put it onto Gigantha for pretty much free. They do get the card back, which I'm not super happy about. I think that this one's probably just running away from us here. Any board wipe kind of just resets the board, even though we've presented lethal right here. Choice of Fortunes, I have to imagine that these are... one of these 6 cards has to be a board wipe. And then they have Teferi minus if none of those are board wipes, yeah. Seems pretty easy for them. I think they are in a good situation. I think the belt goes back to hand. That'd be a surprise. I think Gigantha goes back. Or the face down card. Yeah, the face down card going back is the worst for me. The reading Belt, the reading Gigantha. What's the move here? Okay. Yeah, they tuck the Belt. That's also good. Here goes Ashiok, and then Ashiok mills away the Belt. Nice. That's pretty good. If they attack here... Well, why would they attack here, huh? If I can draw a Colossus Hammer, could be okay. How close am I, though, to not having anything in library? So I see 1 hammer, 2 hammer. Well, we definitely didn't draw the hammer here. Definitely just get in to the face now. We just have to hope to survive. 19 cards left. We are getting close to Ashiok milling us out. And yeah, now they just have blockers with Ugin. I could shuffle my library with Flood Strand, but that just helps them mill us. Think that opponent's got us here. So Super Friends control. Some people would say that this is a mistake in card design. I think that it's fine. Sometimes you lose games to control, and it just does feel overwhelming, but that's just because you don't feel the times when control gets bowled over. Would highly recommend to play from both sides of the field there and understand the deck that you're playing against. Helps you a lot with these decisions and not feeling too bad about yourself when you lose. So I think I'm down to one thing in hand, or one thing in the deck that can save us here, and that's the 4th copy of Colossus Hammer. Kemba's Outfitter is really not the move here. We'll, I guess, reserve the ability to shuffle. I would actually like to attack in here. At this point, I'm okay to just trade. Get 5 damage in. Am I? I don't really know. I think I need to save this for if I have a hammer. So actually, you know what I could do is if I go like this, they have to play around me having the hammer, or they have to have instant speed removal. So I might be able to get 2 damage for free here if I fake having the hammer because they're only at 14 life. Here we go. Maybe they chump block Gigantha here. Nope, they saw right through it. Alright, we're dead. we're pretty much going to be dead here. Because they just make another Ugin token, and then they block my Gigantha with the hammer. Okay, well, my Gambit didn't exactly pay off. I think they probably do have instant speed removal. Alright, we'll let this one drag out a little bit longer. Just 13 cards left, and 3 Ashiok activations. That'll bring me to 12, so I will deck in about 3 turns. There goes the Gigantha, so I think at this point we're about ready to say it's GG. And now that this is running about 18 minutes, I will play the last few turns here until I see my final Colossus Hammer go away. That's 1, 2, 3, and then what's in exile? Oh, in exile is the 4th Colossus Hammer, so I think we are just about dead here. I'll go ahead and concede, save ourselves a few clicks here on both sides of the battlefield. Let's hop into the 5th and final round here and finish out this deck tech, hopefully, with a win. Here we go. Alright, last game. Here we go. If we were ever worried about not having enough Colossus Hammers, I think we would be totally made happy by seeing this hand. I mean, I do go first. This does represent Colossus Hammer through a Thoughtseize. Let's give it a try. Just kind of for the meme, honestly. Cool, so we're actually going to get in here. Kemba's Outfitter. Which is the lucky Colossus Hammer? Let's go for the middle one. And Sigarda's Aid to boot. Alrighty. Let's get a white mana here. I think I'll probably just fix my colors. We'll get white-black, just in case we need to play a long game. Hopefully there's no Stifle here. Stifle would be bad. Opponent is taking their time here. They may know the matchup and just realize that they are on a 2-turn clock and have decided that they'd like to rope me here. But I have some cool opportunities here. Because we have multiple Colossus Hammers, I actually am able to make a play where I play this Sigardazade this turn, and then cast not the discounted Colossus Hammer. Anyway, we'll get the Godless Shrine here, go Sigardazade, and then we'll Colossus Hammer here. Nice, I think opponent's just not here. Oh, they are. Okay, well, we get to get in, presumably. They could unsummon Kemba's Outfitter, which would be bad. We get in. That is perhaps 12 damage. Alright. If they can remove the Kemba's Outfitter, this is going to be tough. But if they can't, then we win. So, let's see. Okay, and that's going to be a win here to round out the games today. On the shorter side of the deck techs as far as what I usually post, but that was just because the games went so fast here. It was either, if I'm looking at the recording right here, 3 to 5 minute games, or we had 18-minute control matchups. So definitely some variety in today's recording. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Make sure, if you're new to the channel, to subscribe for videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if you're a returning viewer, a like and comment goes a long way to help with the channel growth, so I appreciate you if you would do that. But with that being said, thank you at the very least for sticking around and giving the video some eyes. That is what matters at the end of the day. So with that being said, I will see you in the next one. Make sure to check out the video description for where the deck tech's going to be, and I will see you in the next video.